We are finally here, boys and girls, for issue 18.
18.
The Halloween Horror Cast.
So we're kind of in bright lights and no dark.
You know, we celebrate horror in our hearts and Halloween. We don't have any awesome costumes either. Yeah. I'm sorry to everyone if you're expecting to see me in a miniskirt.
I'm sorry for those that
I'm
wanted that.
We all have different tastes, Landon, and some people it's odd.
I just like that's the first place that you jump to, so you've already kind of imagined this on yourself.
Oh, I've worn pantyhose. I have multiple times in plays. I've worn pantyhose, many colors, and makeup. I can put on my own makeup. It's been a while, but I've put on my own lipstick, blush, foundation, eyeliner.
I've only had to do that for like I used some of that stuff because I've been as the Joker a couple times for Halloween. You know, Heath Ledger style Joker.
Yeah,
and so I had to do all that myself. And
you're dressed as Brian from Boomzies. I get it. Clever. You know, famous internet megastar. Yeah. Whoa, with my sidekick. You're the sidekick, right?
I will only take that because I think Tim Drake is more interesting.
You're Red Robin.
He's the sidekick too.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll take that. Whatever.
Gayest thing ever from Brian? You tell me, Deceptive Creep, or was it last night? Wink.
You're really giving it to him tonight.
Oh, I gave it to him last night. Trust me on that. He is definitely not the dominant alpha male, if you catch my drift.
So he receives.
Oh yes, my friend. In the game of baseball, I am the pitcher and he is the catcher.
All right. I think enough of that.
Do I need to make it any more plain?
We can move on.
Man!
Oh, I'm sorry.
And man just joined for the homosexual, homoerotic comments.
Yeah.
Just in time.
Welcome to that.
We're actually learned.
I'm very disappointed from
face-off tonight for their costumes. Secretly.
Yeah. I'm very disappointed in Deltaz right now, saying Tim Drake is his least favorite Robin. Aw. That sucks.
Does that suck?
He's my favorite.
I'm sorry. I'm loving it. Well, of course, you're right. Man does have kind of a loving relationship with his friend.
Who's his friend?
You're not down with the man versus game?
Zeke.
It's the Zekester, man.
Okay.
Zeke and man are copacetic friends. They're as good of a friends as you can be without being all out gay.
All right.
They're just borderline. No, we're friends. We're just that good of friends. But we're a little bit over.
I'm better off not knowing. That's funny.
You're better not knowing what's going on.
Yeah.
Well, welcome everybody to the cast.
Yep.
I'm Brian. This is Landon. For everybody who hasn't been a part of Boomzies, we are Mass Geek Debate. We talk about everything from video games, comic books, movies, geek culture in general. We debate, talk about it, fight over it like little girls.
It gets heated.
It does.
We haven't quite punched each other just yet, but it's come close.
It's come close. That's episode 25.
25? Okay.
When we will do that. So
right.
Weird emoticons, yeah. Hey, Arcade Hunters. Welcome. So, let's get into right away what you've been doing this week,
this
sir.
Week? Okay.
Let's get right into
this week, and I guess last week too. I've been playing Batman Arkham City. Sorry.
Yeah.
The newest Batman. I've already played through it, beat it. I'm going through and collecting all the Riddler stuff, all the extra little tidbits. It's one of my favorite games I've ever played, which my emotions been kind of a roller coaster with this game.
Why is that?
Well, I played through it, and the whole time I'm playing through this, I'm like, it's getting better, and it's getting better, and each boss fight is just...
Oh, no spoilers, by the way.
Okay, yeah. No spoilers,
We'll have no spoilers here. Thank you, Deceptive Creep.
Won't do it. But as I'm playing it, every single boss fight, I'm like, this is getting better and better, and I'm just like, about to call this the best game I've ever played in my life. And then it's over like that, and I'm like, whoa, I expected...
I heard the ending was disappointed by some people. Say the ending. Now, don't tell what it is, but I hear it's disappointing.
It's like you fight that boss fight, and you don't think to yourself, this is the final boss fight.
Doesn't feel like that.
No, it's just like, okay, this is another boss fight, and then things happen, and it goes through cutscenes, and it's over, and you're like, oh, I'm just like, I'm left almost empty inside. But at the same time, once you go through that cutscene, you can go through and you can continue playing inside that world. And go through and collect the rest of the Riddler trophies, finish off all the side missions, because there's quite a few side missions in there.
Yeah, the Riddler.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of stuff, a lot of Batman villains that aren't necessarily in the main story arc, but you get to experience them through the side missions, and they're really, some of them are pretty in-depth side missions, and I would so it definitely adds to that content, and with that added to it, it is much longer than Arkham Asylum. It makes it still one of my favorite games, but as far as the main story, I was really kind of like, oh, this is amazing, and
see, that's what makes it disappointing
shit.
here, that the story up until then was really amazing, and then the ending didn't live up to what the rest of the story had done.
Well, and it's not necessarily that the ending was awful. Like, it's not the best thing that I could have imagined. It just felt like it was far too short. It just didn't feel like this was the time to end it.
Right.
If this ending was there, but maybe another 2 hours later, maybe I wouldn't feel this way. But I still definitely say this is one of my favorite games I've ever played. It's so smooth. It's brilliant from start to finish.
And they had tons of enemies in this.
Oh,
and
yeah.
And they say the boss fights now
Boss
actually
fights
feel
are,
well thought out
the
now.
boss fights
instead
are
of just
amazing. Yeah, I won't say
thrown in there.
who the specific boss fights are, but the boss fights are absolutely excellent. I really, really enjoyed it. And the nice thing is adding now that it's incorporated your gadgets into your combat really fluently, to be able to use your
Fluently or fluidly?
fluidly.
Fluidly. It sounded like fluently,
I
as
probably-
in language.
Yeah, I probably said that, but whatever.
Like you hit people while speaking French, like
Yeah.
si, oui, oui.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. But and then the nice thing is, like, I thought at first too that just the costumes that you get from either buying the collector's edition, or if you
Right.
go out and buy a NOS energy drink, you actually get the Batman Beyond skin, which I thought was only available in London currently, but you
In
can actually get it in
London.
America if you go out and buy NOS and use the little code. So super cool. But I thought that was only going to be available in the challenge maps. But actually, once you beat the game, you can go through the whole story in your alternate costumes. which-
Really?
that's another thing that like put it back up to that next level. where
So
I was
when
like,
you
okay,
replay
this is replay it, or when you continue playing in that, once you beat it and you go through the cutscenes,
Right.
if you continue to play in that world and finish up your side missions, collect your Joker trophy.
So
or
could you start a
Riddler
whole new
trophies.
game with the new costume? Awesome.
Yep.
I like to hear that.
And you can go through again in a harder mode where there's no counter icons and stuff like that. So
Nice, nice. And by the way, thank you, Man vs. Game, for being here. You honor us, Your Holiness, for
Yeah.
being in our presence.
and I like that he's digging the Dark Souls and is doing that quite frequently.
That's
So,
good.
Yeah.
We've had that conversation.
We've got Green Wolf is asking how do you call into Skype? Do we have?
Yes.
You want to talk about how
our
you can call
Skype,
in?
How you call in if
Sure.
you are new to this. Easy. Very easy. You call in either by our phone, 316-778-0730, or Skype Boomzies. And if it doesn't work, call us up. If it hangs up, we'll call you back.
Yeah.
So don't worry about that. We have that problem. Brian Lennon. Reminds me of the mask when he has that wolf thing. Is
Yeah.
it-
Right. Yeah. And the tongue.
Yeah.
Just rolls out.
Good stuff. So, if you want to call up and talk to us about the topics we're debating about tonight, or just berate us for any reason you find endearing, or have an interesting Halloween memory,
Yeah.
call us
Probably
up.
save the Halloween stuff for here after a bit.
Yeah, there we go. Exactly.
So
the
I highly
other
recommend it. I bought the limited edition.
What's your complaint about the limited edition you're telling me about?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
You should bring this up.
This frustrates me because when you buy the limited edition, you don't actually get a standard case to put on your display among my shelves or anything. It comes in this, which is a fantastic art book. Lovely art book. I got all my pre-order crap in here.
Don't
sorry.
show the codes.
Oh my god. Oh, well, I've already used them. Doesn't matter.
Oh, okay.
But a fantastic art book. I mean, gorgeous. There's so much stuff. So much stuff in here. Lovely. But your disc sits in the back.
So no normal case
So I
to put
can't
it on.
I can't put this on a shelf. It's just awkward. So
I bet you down the road you could find just a case for
Oh
it.
yeah, my girlfriend works for
There you
GameStop. She's just gonna grab me one. Whatever.
There you go.
But
That's
for,
a game I want too. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been wanting to buy, but it's
highly recommend it, especially with the replayability, the ability to go through with your costumes, and then all the freaking side stuff to do. So
Nice.
highly recommend it. The next thing that I've been doing this week was I kind of have been into some documentaries. As of late, getting into some documentaries. One that just came out this week was The People versus George Lucas, which is both a love letter to George Lucas and also seemingly kind of a
hate mail.
hate mail to him. Like it really shows the dichotomy on the front cover. The illustration it's got on the left side there is a man like screaming, almost crying towards George Lucas, and he's got the shirt that says Han shot first. And then on the other side you've got this other person almost praising him, looking up to George Lucas, says Misa loves George.
I like George's face like, What you gonna do?
Yeah. Well,
I just spilled the milk.
Yeah, yeah. And it's really worth watching. It's a little bit it's over 2 hours long, and for a documentary, that's really lengthy. It's good content,
but it's good.
But it's sometimes, I mean, it's just for documentaries. Sometimes over 2 hours is a lot to sit through. But
what me worry?
it's certainly worth watching. There's some really it's fun, entertaining. It's fast paced, which is unique for some documentaries. There's some fun music, and I'd recommend going and at least checking out the trailer. It's got this song in there that says George Lucas raped my childhood.
George Lucas raped my childhood. Classic song, I remember. Yeah,
really
classic.
Yeah, fun.
A hit on the radio.
Yeah. So worth watching. I'm trying to think. I haven't gone through all the special features in it yet, so I can't speak.
Well,
for
I
that
saw the Red Letter Media, who does a fantastic dissemination of all three of the prequels and completely rips them to shreds. Did an interview with the director of this film and gave me a little better idea. So I haven't seen it yet, but I'm looking forward to it because
it's cool because it brings up some of the stuff that we kind of when we talked about George Lucas a while ago. It talks about him going to Congress and talking about not altering films and stuff. But then it also kind of gives some information that I never heard before, but quotes from him basically saying like, "I'm going to do what I want, and I know that you guys want this stuff, but this is my vision. It's not yours. I'm going to change these things. I'm not going to release these copies of these originals. I'm just not doing it." Basically, and they also release statements that the originals are destroyed and altered, so it's impossible for us to do this. But at the same time, they're also saying it's not within George's vision to release them. So it's like, are you saying you destroyed them?
Yeah, I wouldn't know why he would.
And it's like, and they bring up these topics where it's like when you do make these alterations, you never alter the original. You make a duplicate of that, and then you go through your alterations. Right. So it's none of it makes sense. It's very interesting. I certainly recommend it. The other thing, this was all Star Wars, Indiana Jones too. They talked a little bit of Indiana Jones. It was primarily Star Wars.
Yes.
But I'm kind of breaking the rule here just a bit. But the other documentary
from Dirk here.
Yeah, I know the other.
Dirk's influence.
Yeah, the other documentary. I'm not going to talk in depth about this, but I would recommend it. Is The Captains. It's not Star Wars, obviously. This is Star Trek now. It's William Shatner going around talking to all the actors that played the captains throughout the years. It's worth picking up just solely for the conversations with William Shatner and Patrick Stewart. 100% just for that.
Now, I'm disappointed because you told me there was no talk between them about who was the greater captain. I was expecting at the end of the interview they would be like, all right, we've had this interview, now deathmatch! Yeah. And they get into this big fight, and then whoever lives is the best Star Trek captain. And then after they're done fighting, they both kick the crap out of Janeway. They're like, I hate you. You ruined Star Trek. Why?
Yeah. Well, what's so interesting about this is because it takes it in a direction that I didn't expect. Like, it's William Shatner sitting down with Patrick Stewart and straight up asking him, like, how do you feel about being divorced twice? Like, asking him directly about his marriages and how they were failures and what's your biggest regret, and asking about death. And it's
Jeez.
It's very unique.
Heavy, Doc.
Yeah, it's not quite heavy. Yeah, okay.
Cisco was higher than a kite when they interviewed him. Is that true? I think it said sicko, but I'm assuming you meant Cisco.
Yeah, he was. I mean, William Shatner even kind of makes fun of him later on in the film. Like, he's like, man, he was out there because the whole time, like, for some reason, I forget what's the actor's name. Avery Brooks.
Yeah.
He's playing on the piano. He's singing his interview. Basically, he's just doing jazz when William Shatner asks questions, and William Shatner will sing along with. It's just awkward. I didn't care for any of that interview stuff. It was just above my head or something. I don't know.
Cuckoo. Yeah, a little bit weird.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I'd recommend it. Both of them.
Both of them. Check both of them out. Well, what I've been up to this week, first of all, I got myself a special little treat. I was up in Emporia for a job interview, actually. Hopefully that goes well. But I was up for a job interview, and I went to one of the GameStops, and what do I see in the PSP section? In the used PSP section, but my friendly Metal Gear Solid Big Boss PSP, which is
for
those, it's very sexy. For those of you who don't know,
bonuses, or did it come with any of the extra like case or anything? Just the system.
Oh, but here's the first thing that just blows my mind. Somebody bought this and sold it. They just got it that day, so if they knew anything, they would know that what they had was super valuable.
If they just got... This was a GameStop?
This is a GameStop. Got it just yesterday in Emporia.
Well, they're doing stuff wrong because you're supposed to hang on to systems for 2 weeks.
Oh, they said they just got it, and maybe they just unlocked it, or I don't know, whatever. It's Emporia. They don't play by the rules in Emporia, Kansas.
Apparently.
But they got this and it's the normal price, but this is the limited edition version. There's the green version that was more widely available, but this is a limited edition. So I'm hoping to find all the other pieces to this, which that might be harder to find than I hope. But
now, is your goal to keep it?
I think I'm going to keep it because it's Metal Gear. And with the new Metal Gear game coming out, and the last time I got rid of a Metal Gear collectible, I regretted
Couldn't find it.
I had the Metal Gear Solid 3 Subsistence, and this is one you can't ever find. So I'm like, it's in perfect condition.
Yeah, it looks excellent.
So I'm going to still... And I like the finish much better than Piano Black. Yeah.
Checked it out up close.
Got a nice finish to it. It's not so Piano Black, fingerprinty.
Got some hardcore legibility issues.
Yeah, exactly.
There's the graphic designer in me. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But yeah, PSP's got some awesome games, and I've got I play a lot on it, so great little system there. The other thing I did this week, I rented Battlefield 3 from Redbox for $2, and I had to say, a fun game. They did make some good changes. For instance, you can spawn right into the helicopters or the jets or the vehicles at first. Graphically, it looks nice.
Yeah, it looks I was playing on the PS3.
Yeah, PS3 looks great. I mean, it's not going to look as good as PC. My problem is the game has some issues like the flashlight that I mentioned before. Why does the flashlight blind you in the middle of the day?
Yeah.
Who thought flashlight blinds you in the middle of the day?
And like hardcore blind.
Like most of your screen is blinded by it.
Yeah.
And then the sniper laser will kind of blind you. But see, by the time someone has a laser pointer on you, you're dead. Yeah. Then you don't have time to, it's in my...
Now, how do you feel about, like... Because this kind of annoyed me, is like just the standard glare, like solar...
Yeah, they do a lot of glare, and like,
and
if you were to look up in the air, they do little specks, or changing... Which, like, I get the realism aspect, but sometimes I'll do it, and I'm like, when you go into a building and it's dark, it takes you a second to adjust. So if there's enemies standing there, they're just like...
Yeah.
Boom, you're dead.
Yeah.
And I'm like...
So like it's cool. I understand like the realism
it's
to
cool.
it, but it's like,
it's cool.
I don't know, but my understanding. Did you play any of the campaign?
I did play a little bit of the campaign.
Now my understanding is like in the campaign, it's like there lacks no heart or no like real reason to play through the campaign. Like you get all the chaos and the excitement.
Yeah, there's chaos and excitement. I mean, I played the first, but I don't. I mean, with Battlefield and Call of Duty games, I think we've gotten to the point that you're going against the Russians. You're going against this evil faction. Like they've never really put a narrative that's great. I really don't play Battlefield for the story. I mean, you're going for the multiplayer and a really cool first-player experience and some of the environments, but I'm not expecting it to be, Shakespearean type of storyline going on with, America's versus the bad guy.
Now, does it have any nice co-op features? Because what I liked so much about the Call of Duty Modern Warfare was, the Spec Ops. Like, that sells it for me.
I haven't seen the co-op yet.
Okay.
Now, there might be, if I'm wrong, tell me. There might be sometime down the road, but I didn't see any because I just played multiplayer online. But, it's a cool game. There is some great stuff. But the other issue that is keeping me away from getting it is the server issues they've been talking about. Mm-hmm. They've had servers down on Xbox 360 for, I want to say, since it's released. The day it was released that night.
Wow.
Server issues. People couldn't get onto it. And
I haven't seen any issues with the PS3.
Right.
For the
I've
couple
heard
hours I
there was
saw.
PS3, some PC, but some people are a little annoyed because they're like, I spent $60 for this.
Right.
Day of. And they're like, well, there's more traffic than we suspected. Maybe you should have made your servers, I don't know, take that load on.
So it feels like basically the whole game just kind of feels a little bit rushed to beat Call of Duty. Is that kind of
co-op missions from the campaign? Okay, so there is co-op missions.
Okay,
I'm
super cool.
Thank you for helping me on that, Green Wolf. Yeah, it does feel like it's a little rushed because this was their big game. They should have been prepared and said, what is the maximum load we think we can get? If every one of these games is sold, how many people can go online?
But you got to beat Call of Duty.
That's what I'm saying. So if you're trying to beat Call of Duty with Battlefield 3, you should be doing everything in your power to make sure these servers are just
making an excellent game.
Top of the line, day of. So so basically the Battlefield 3 beta was pointless. I played the Battlefield 3 beta. I saw some issues in it. Some of those issues are still present, but exactly. The whole idea of the beta is here's some problems. Here's how we'll fix it. By the time the game comes out, it'll all be fixed. So I still feel there's some issues in it, but
cool.
Down the road when it's all fixed, I'll certainly buy it because
it looked nice. I was having fun.
I had to buy an online code for it though, because I rented it. So I went off eBay and bought one for $5.
Yeah.
So I have the online code, but that's another thing. It was like, there's no 48-hour trial or anything. I don't want to just try the game out.
That's frustrating.
So another reason online passes suck.
At least $5 isn't so bad though. I mean, that was kind of,
and it doesn't go towards them. This guy just has a pass out of his game that he's already paid them the $60 for. Yeah. So I'm not sponsoring online passes, but I'm still getting my game and giving somebody else $5.
Well, it's nice because our previous conversation was on the prices, and $5 that's not the 13 that we were like was.
Members game. I'm hoping they keep the weird mutant worm human glitch in the final Battlefield 3 released as an Easter egg.
Mutant worm humans. I mean,
you will have to inform us about. Is that like Centipede 3?
Yeah, I was gonna say
Centipede
that's
3?
all I think of is like Human Centipede.
Battlefield 3 secretly Human Centipede 3
Yeah.
in theaters this January. So buy the game used if you want to buy it. Yeah, and that's where those guys know shirts. Mortal Kombat did it right. You got a 40-hour pass.
Yeah, it makes
Keep
sense.
it simple.
Yeah.
So, well, shall we move on to the
Sure.
the first topic, not the main topic, but the first topic of the session we're talking about is BlizzCon week.
Yeah.
Which I will admit, as far as World of Warcraft and StarCraft and Poopcraft and Minecraft, which isn't affiliated with Blizzard, but whatever, I'm not in the know about Blizzard. You're more in the know about the Blizzard, so notify them.
And at the same time, like I'm not gonna sit here and say that I'm a WoW connoisseur. I've played it quite a bit. I'm not playing currently, but BlizzCon's this week. They're starting to release data of what they're gonna do with WoW, and it kind of feels like they got to make these changes. Number one, to keep people interested in the game, people that have been around from the beginning, and at the same time, people are kind of talking about the Old Republic and kind of need to make some competition, make some changes. So among the changes is a new neutral race of panda that knows kung fu. So a little kung fu panda, no Jack Black involved.
Yeah, do you think that? I heard some people are down with the panda. They're excited.
Panda looks cool.
Panda.
It's nice because quite honestly, like they're kind of cute. Big fluffy, and honestly, like the area, their start area looks really fun and looks really gorgeous. I really want to just play as them, just to mess around in that opening area. So I'm excited about that. You
might be just jumping on the World of Warcraft.
I'm intending to come back, yes, and I'll explain multiple reasons as to why I do want to come back later on.
What's the Supercrew says? What about the homophobic guy at BlizzCon?
The homophobic guy at BlizzCon?
You'll have to fill us in on that.
Yeah, please.
Fill us in on that. As what is the homophobic guy at BlizzCon?
Yeah, I don't know. But, okay, so apparently man's not down with the panda monk. I think it's okay. It's not necessarily directed towards
Cow
us.
Paladin, that's fine.
It feels like it's definitely directed more towards younger audience. And some of these changes definitely feel like, okay, they're really attacking the younger kids. Some people say women, but I think it's like, sure, some women, but I wouldn't lump just women in the same category as children. I think that's unfair.
Well, they say women and children when you're getting on a boat and it's sinking. So they kind of do.
Okay, yeah. Well, that's different from life and death as to childish endeavors.
But isn't World of Warcraft all life and death for some people?
Okay, sure.
From cradle to grave, Warcraft.
Yeah. All right. So, okay.
Oh, I'm messing you up here?
Yeah.
You like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to stay on track.
The lead singer of Cannibal Corpse who sang at BlizzCon was saying some homophobic slurs at BlizzCon.
Well, that's not nice.
Huh. But as the lead singer of Cannibal, I don't think you're really going to expect class from the lead singer of
Cannibal Corpse.
I mean, I would never invite them, I'm having a dinner social tonight. I invite that old chap from Cannibal Corpse. He's a regular old good chap.
Some wine tasting from them.
Wine tasting.
Yeah.
So,
all right, so yeah, they're panda monks, fist hand-to-hand combat. That'll be cool. I'm excited about. Like I said, I'm really excited about their starting area. The next big kind of change is essentially adding Pokemon to World of Warcraft.
Pokemans.
Yeah, you can now go through and obviously you can collect your pets, but now you can collect more pets. They're going to release more pets, and then you can train those pets to battle other individuals' pets. So you've got a collecting game basically built into there, and then you've got another battling game that's put in there. You've essentially added an extremely addictive game within an extremely addictive game.
But do you think that kind of cheapens it? Like people people
No.
will just slough that off and go, you know,
No.
Pokemon, you know.
I don't think it does cheapen it. I think it adds a new dynamic. It's something. It's not necessarily, you know, your first jump to of what WoW needs to add into it. But I think some people, you know, obviously younger kids will fall in love with it. People that collecting, like my issue with Batman right now is I'm going through, I gotta collect all these fucking Riddler trophies, and there's a ton, and I have a feeling that there's gonna be a lot of people that are gonna have to go through and collect and try and gather all these different pets, I mean, just to do it. So
It's the WoW addiction.
it's a strange addition, but it's okay, I
They
think.
thought Pokemon was really going to be in it.
Yeah.
Pikachu, I call you. Attack the level 70 paladin.
Yeah. But I think it'll be pretty cool. But the other large, cool, it's not a change, it's just a neat little addition, is
Right.
if you buy a 1-year subscription to World of Warcraft, free copy of Diablo 3 when it releases.
That's very cool.
Super cool.
And that's why you're thinking of getting back into WoW.
That's my number one choice. It's like, okay, so I'll get a year's worth of content and gameplay out of WoW with some of these changes. I can explore the new Panda area. So cool. And at the same time, I get a free copy of a game that I'm going to 100% buy
Right.
when it comes out. Whether or not that means a digital copy or a physical copy. I much prefer a physical copy, but
We're getting mixed reaction here. Some people, Soggy says, I remember I used to play WoW. I played way too much. S-Pox, like, WoW can die for all I care. So, yeah, I mean, what's your guys' reaction? Because for me, I'm not into WoW, but I think I'm going to stay that way, you know? It's kind of like crack. It's like, would you like to try it? Okay, sure. But I know if I do, it's probably going to be like, oh, yeah, I got to have some more. I'm going to get addicted to it. So,
Yeah.
I don't want to go down that path.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
I see the path of where others have gone wrong, and I say, no.
Yeah.
Nay, shall I be tempted by you, WoW.
Yeah. The biggest issue I have with it is, like, I don't get addicted to it. The thing I get pissed off with other people that play it, like, you'll play with certain people, and some people take it too fucking seriously that they expect you to devote your whole life to this thing. It's like, they'll be constantly texting you or calling you, like, we need to get on, we need to do this. Like, sorry, man, I got a life. I got some other stuff I'll do. I'll get on when I have leisurely time to do this.
Is there a Panda Express?
Yeah.
That would be so awesome. Like,
Yeah.
I'd like some orange chicken. Ooh, for health. Yum, 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 yum.
Yeah. I want some more options.
Make it done, Blizzard.
Yeah, do it.
Give me some Panda Express.
And
so
then you'll have one more consumer.
one more. Because, yeah, if you put...
Now they will probably do
Blizzard,
that.
if you put... I swear to you, if you put a Panda Express in World of Warcraft, I will start playing it. Just for the... I'll just sit
There
the
you have
Panda
it.
Express all day. My character will not level up at all.
Just gets larger.
It
And
should be a
larger.
level 1, but he will have like so much stamina and health, you won't believe it.
By the end of it, you're just
Yeah,
Jabba
this is
high.
this huge,
You're
just gorge, like the blueberry girl
Yeah.
from
Brilliant. Yeah.
from
Willy Wonka.
Willy Wonka. Oompa, loompa,
Yeah.
doopity, doop.
I like it. So I mean, it's just like whether or not I just wonder if these changes are enough to keep people staying. The hardcore people that have been there from the beginning. Also, the level cap is now 90 too.
Well, a guy I talked to, one of the guys off the Pinecast, Baldy, he told me that he's enjoying the fact because they're part of the thing in WoW is they're lowering some of the health and the defense of the harder bosses.
Right.
So that people that are his level, which I don't know what it is, it's not the highest level, can actually beat these characters and get a higher level before the new expansion comes out.
Well, you need a way to make it accessible for people to get closer to 90.
Well, right, because
Like,
what they're
that's a
saying
huge
is that
number.
people who are playing and who grinded, they're kind of lowering it so that they're and making it accessible to a lower level cap. So it's like, okay, if you're this level, now you can attain this.
Right.
Making it a little bit easier for people, which I like, because
I mean,
if it's
you
been
have
out
to
for
at
so
that point.
long, lower the bar, let people enjoy it, and gain access to that part. But the hardcore people are like, no, I spent all this time and toil to get to them, and now it's making it so much easier. And it's like, what's wrong with making it more accessible?
Yeah, you gotta think that, and you just need to make little things that just allow for extra content. I think the Pokemon thing is a nice enough extra content for those people that, I mean, once you hit the level cap, I mean, it's basically you just do certain raids that take you multiple hours, and it's like, that can't be the only thing that you want to do in
Right.
that game. So it's like, now you have these smaller little things you can go ahead and take care of and do and work towards in between those super long raids that when you're at a high enough level, that's all you can really do.
See, there you go.
So
We're all just coming together.
yeah,
man.
it's just like whether or not this is enough to combat when Old Republic comes out, because that's going to
See,
be.
I don't think
that's
everyone
gonna
says
be-
Old Republic. I don't see it.
Well, you're not a fan of Knights, anyways.
No, I'm not a fan of Knights, but I've heard the hype behind it. I still don't see it dethroning World of Warcraft. In
Well,
my opinion,
To
I
me,
don't
though,
see
I
it.
think if there's a company that can potentially do it, it'll be BioWare. If anybody can at least make any kind of a dent towards it, I
Uh-oh,
think
we
it's
missed a
them.
call.
Oh.
I totally missed a call. We're so sorry. Who do we miss a call from? Call back.
How do I jump into this?
Call back. Yeah, we got to share. We got to share. Call back. We're sorry you missed. Call back again. Baby, come back. In a kind of fool could see. That's what we want. We don't want to think you're ignoring it. By the way, hello, Zig. Good to see you here. Well, I think this person was going to talk about Blizzard. Here we go. Hello, you've called the Boomzies Horror Cast. Who are we talking to?
Hey, this Monster of the Mist. Happy Halloween.
Thank you, sir. Happy Halloween to you, too.
I just wanted to say if Landon is interested in documentaries and George Lucas, he should probably check out the DVD collections of Young Indiana Jones.
You seen Young Indiana Jones?
Historical documentaries. Huh?
I said, so you're a fan of Young Indiana Jones?
I'm a fan of Indiana Jones in general. I'm probably
So
the hugest Indiana Jones fan in Washington State, I think.
So what was your opinion of the Indiana Jones refrigerator scene?
That was one of the more visually exciting in the whole movie, but it was a little implausible, but, you know, he's indie, so...
It's pretty interesting that Steven Spielberg came out just like this week, I think, stating that he was completely against that whole idea.
Oh, I know. Spielberg was against a ton of that film.
But he was like, I trust Lucas's vision. We'll put this in here. And now he's basically throwing him under the bus. He's like,
that's fine. I mean, he should. Because he's Steven Spielberg, and he still has respect in Hollywood. Something George Lucas doesn't.
It's not necessarily true.
Well, I figure, you know, it was nice giving Indiana Jones a family in number 4, but for number 5, if they do a number 5, they should just lose the family and focus on Indy.
If they make his son, like they alluded to, kind of by him having the hat, if they make his son Indiana Jones the next one, that's it. That's. I mean, the series is dead to me, but then it's just jumped the shark.
Amen to that.
To the next level.
Amen to that. The only way I could see that even working is if, like, they flashed forward a few years and Sean Patrick Flannery played the son. The guy who played young Indiana Jones in the series is in his 40s now, so they got him to play him instead of Shia. I might give it a shot.
Well, that'd be interesting. So we'll give. I've heard about Young Indiana Jones, but I've never seen it. But we'll have to check it out.
It's really good.
Okay,
cool. Thanks for the recommendation.
I can't recommend it enough.
Well, I'll check it out. Thank you for the recommendation, Mr. Sir.
Yeah, no.
Mr.
All right.
Monster.
Peace.
All right, see ya. That's Scepter Creep. Shia, yeah, there's TMZ. Shia got just the crap beat out of him by some guy at his nightclub. Yeah, that was pretty. Yeah. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I don't hate the guy, but it's just like, yeah, you're in Crystal Skull and the Transformers films. I kind of hate you.
Yeah. Well,
just by proxy, just from being in those god awful films.
I
hate you.
Yeah, but I wouldn't wish people to get beat up. So I mean.
Well, if you're in terrible movies like that, then you kind of need to, so you aren't in those terrible movies anymore. Like, stop it. Don't do it. If it's Michael Bay or George Lucas, say no. You piece of dog crap. But you are still a pretty good actor. Have a nice day.
Much more rich and wealthy and famous than I.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So you got to end it on a good note. Got to end it on a good note there.
Destroy and then bring them up.
But by the way, we do have contests tonight.
Mm-hmm. And what are we giving away?
What are we giving away, Bob? Well, let me tell you here. Number 1, we are giving away a wonderful Mario Kart DS remote control RC car. There you go. Mario himself, remote control. Made not in the USA, somewhere in the
Made in China.
Made in China.
Made in China.
The wonderful country of China. God bless them for their food and their actors and actresses.
Needs batteries, may or may not include them.
Yeah, it needs batteries. So this is the first prize, and then the second prize, since the main reason we're giving these away is because we don't want to give something away that's a game, because I know we give it away like, I don't have a 360. Yeah. I don't have a PS3. But since we're doing Mario, we shall give away his opposite.
Yep.
And we're also giving
Sonic
away
the Hedgehog.
Sonic the Hedgehog, the 91.
Yep, the original.
Original Sonic the
Nice.
Hedgehog, not the new one.
And he looks nice. He's not.
Looks really cool.
I see a lot of original Sonics, and they always
right.
make him look really short and fat and pudgy and ugly. And this one looks right.
like Sonic. Looks just like him. So
good.
these are the two prizes tonight. We're going to be having questions about horror films and games. Shall we ask the first questions before we go into our main topic?
Want to give away the first prize?
Let's do the first prize
Okay.
before we go. Now here's how it's going to go, boys and girls. We're not going to take calls on this. We're going to do it by chat. So it's the quickest way. Okay? We don't want to be unfair.
We can give you a tester on exactly how this would work.
Right. So, for instance,
What was the horror movie where they used a William Shatner mask?
okay, example question, and you would answer.
Somebody please answer. First person.
Someone please answer. Would be okay.
Decepticreep.
There you go. That would be the answer.
winner.
Okay,
That's the
now that
easy
was the
one.
test. Decepticreep, you didn't win anything. As much as I love you, that's a test. Okay, good. You guys are on par, on key.
Yep.
So here we go.
You have
with
to
the
spell it 100% correctly.
Yes.
I'm just kidding.
So here is the first question of the night. Here we go. Ready? Here we go. What infamous killer influenced the creation of several fictional serial killers, including Norman Bates from Psycho, Leatherface from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and Jane Gum from Silence of the Lambs?
I know, we need some nice music for this.
Do 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 do. Do, 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 do. Not Charles Manson. Not Jeff.
We'll stop you when we hear the right answer.
Do.
Nope.
No, not
Nope.
Charles
Nope.
Manson. Not Jeffrey Dahmer. Definitely not Darth Vader. Yes, Man vs. Game.
There you go.
Ed Gein.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Super creepy individual.
Yes.
Not man, but
That man is
I-
going to use this for some purpose. I mean, I love him. But I don't need the prize. Look at you. He's so nice and kind. But you answered correctly.
Do we need to do another trivia then later? Or do we give him the prize?
we-
Does he not want it?
I mean, do we give him the prize? Everyone, shall we give him the prize if he doesn't want it? I mean, he's being very meek and congenial. But does that make us want us to give him the prize more? He's like, no. Is it like the thing where you're like at a party, like, would you like some fine liqueur? No, I'm good. But then because they're being kind, you offer it a second time. Like, oh, since you're so forceful, I'll have a little. I think that's what he wants.
I don't know. We can do another trivia thing if we.
Okay.
Do you want me to
Okay.
do the?
Let's do the other trivia then.
Do you want me to do the other one the horror movie, the one?
I don't know what one that was.
Here, I don't want to.
What one was
I don't want
that?
to speak it.
Don't speak it. He's going to type it. Oh, and you know the answer to that?
No, I'll rephrase it a bit.
But you know the answer to the question.
Yeah.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Maybe.
You've
I
already
will-
done so much for me. Oh, God. I feel so special. Okay, we're going to have another question.
Would that be?
Make it a little more specific. Talk about the weight.
Well, because I don't know that.
Oh. Okay.
Because we didn't look at the. Okay, we'll just wait for a minute.
We'll wait for a minute. Okay, we'll come back to the prize here in a second. Because you don't even know the answer to it.
Well, I know the answer to that question. I don't know the answer to the original question because you told me not to look it up.
Really.
Yeah.
Really disappointing there, man. Way to disappoint our
I will look
fans.
it up and then I will answer.
Okay, you'll look it up here. And we're going to actually, the main part of our cast tonight, we are talking about Halloween memories. Our scariest, creepiest, most horrific cast ever. Talking about memories, movies, video games, and all that. Covering exactly what we love about Halloween. There's a fight now. Everyone's like, wait a second, there's the delay in chat. It wasn't fair. I know. I'm sorry. I apologize. If there is, we cannot help the technical difficulties through Justin.tv or through Twitch.tv. So we apologize about that very much. Oh, Skyrim. Yeah, Skyrim's in the background, which is a game everybody else is pumped for, and I am not.
Okay, I've got it.
Do you have it ready?
Yep.
You have it ready. Okay. We are ready. We are ready for the question.
Should I name the film that it's from, though? Like...
Well, yes, if you'd like to. So, you ask them the question now.
Okay. In the film American Psycho, the main character has a scene about a business card where he's very excited about it. What typeface does he use and call out that he uses in his business card?
Times New Roman?
Nope.
Arabic?
Nope.
Arial?
Nope. He speaks it out. It's a unique typeface.
Go on Google since you don't know. Helvetica?
Nope.
Hungarian?
Nope.
Comic Sans?
You should slap a person that has Comic Sans on there.
System?
This one's a little more tricky.
That's a little Greek.
Nope.
Veronica.
I
think
think
that's
that's
a woman.
women's names. Stacy.
Bumblebee Tuna. Wow.
This one's tricky.
It is tricky.
Because everybody remembers the business card scene.
Simpsons
Darth
font.
Vader.
Darth
Arial
Vader.
Black, no.
Arial Black.
No.
Dutch.
The
What
question,
was the question?
The question was, in American Psycho, the main character is obsessed with business cards and how he, looks to other people. He introduces his new business card and tries to impress everybody. He calls out his very specific font, his typeface, the lettering that he uses. What is that?
What is it? The lettering.
Bateman, yeah.
What? Batman?
Here is, they say, what do you think? And everybody says, whoa, very nice. Look at that. Picked them up from the printers yesterday. Good coloring. That's bone.
Okay, we have... Is this... Would you count that from Deceptive Creep?
I would, no, I would,
No.
Cold Guy,
With Cold Guy?
he spelled it wrong, he's got it incorrect. Soggy Pronoun has it 100%.
Wow. No, well, does he?
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't. No.
Nobody has spelled it 100% correct.
Google lied to me! Well, is this a botched question? Did you botch it up again?
There, now it's 100%.
See, there it's 100%. Do we go by the 100%?
We should have made these rules ahead of time.
Ah, really? Okay, ask the other question. We'll come with another one.
Okay.
This one is, you cannot mess this up. Okay.
Okay.
One more time for
Now,
everybody who's joined.
Here's the rule, though. Okay, we need to make the freaking rules
make a
100%
rule.
now. You have to, first person to spell it 100% correct. That means be careful when you type it in, because you can give the answer away to somebody else, and they will spell it
Because the internet is
correctly.
serious business.
Okay, so,
All right.
shit, we really should have done this
One
ahead of
more
time.
time. Ask the question. We were talking about
same question?
the other one. The video game
Oh, okay.
question.
All right,
Halloween.
this one, we're switching gears now.
Video game
This
question.
is so professional.
This is.
We really tried to bring you guys the greatest.
We fail all the time. It's like professional, and then we go
Okay.
on there. It's like
All right, switching gears. Video games.
video game question. Get ready, everybody.
Which video game series features these weapons? Lucifer, Gilgamesh, Beowulf.
Go. Which game is it? Spelling is important because we are in America and above a high school education, or at least we'd hope
No,
you are.
Final Fantasy never featured a character called Lucifer.
There you go, Zig. You are correct. Devil May Cry. Yes, indeed.
Yep.
Bravo.
There we go.
I'm just clapping because we got it done.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm happy, Zig, that you did it. I really am. I'm just happy that we finished it up. You know.
One
'Cause
prize
as
gone.
As it was, one prize gone to Zig the Hunter. Zig, please send us your information. Either at our Twitter, at Substance TV, email me at brian@substance-tv.com, or send us your information here on the Justin TV. Send us your address here on our Justin TV channel. Give me a little private message.
Yeah, I was
We
going to
will
say
get
private
this.
message, not in the main
Yeah,
chat.
not in the main chat.
Who knows?
We'll send that to you. So first contest, finally over with. We'll be giving this wonderful Sonic figure down the road. By the way, Chatia, hello. I saw you coming earlier, but this whole snafu with the contest was just messing me up. So it wasn't that I didn't care or love, but I just had to address this first. But now, hi, Chatia. Thank you for joining us. Chatia and Man in the same cast. Oh, that's just too much.
It's epic Halloween.
That's like with a burrito within a burrito. Wrapped.
Or like a turkey chicken, like a turkey.
Yeah, when you
chicken.
I don't know if I want to do this motion when I'm talking about man versus game and Chatia. Like man versus game and Chatia, like shoving another animal up another. Woohoo! Okay, sorry, won't do that. It's okay. Thank you guys. So let us talk about first of all our favorite Halloween games, favorite scary Halloween themed games that we love playing around the time of Halloween.
Not necessarily Halloween. Yeah, I mean, it's not necessarily Halloween themed. It's just, yeah, I guess Halloween themed. Yeah. Halloween themed. That's fine.
So, sir, shall we start with you or shall we start with me?
I think we'll go 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3.
Oh, ooh, very good. Okay, so number 5 for you.
Number 5 for me.
Yes.
What did I put at number 5?
My number 5th game that I love so much was...
No, it's Exterminate.
I don't remember.
Yeah, there you go. Extermination.
Extermination.
I've put this in here as my number 5, not necessarily because I think it's a good game and that I think everybody should go out and play this game. I picked it specifically because when people ask me what's a frightening game that you remember, it's like this game was one of those games that I played years ago and really did freak me out. I don't necessarily know why. It was just the wintry scenes and just kind of the ambiance of it. It was just a game that did genuinely kind of freak me out. Like I said, I won't tell you guys that it's a great game and go out and play it.
But it just freaked you out when you played it.
Freaked me out
at the time.
Yep.
Playing today, would it freak you out?
Probably not. I don't know. Well, number 1's PS2, so I mean it's not going to be quite as frightening at the time, you know.
Right.
But yeah.
But it's still something you enjoy.
Yeah, that's the reason why I've got that in there.
Well, for me, my number 5 would have to be Ghouls and Ghosts, the classic arcade game. Hard as nails, balls to the wall. But for me, I'm thinking Halloween, scary zombies, devils, that whole idea, Ghouls and Ghosts, to me brings that back. And it has the Halloween hellish themes, and it is very hard too. So to me, it feels very Halloween because it's
tough.
It's tough. You feel like, wow, I am really just biting my nails to beat this game. And of course, you don't beat it until the second time through because you have to get the key.
Yeah.
So the first time, it's like, you won! Ha ha! Go back to the beginning. Screw you. And you're like, oh.
Yeah. That's just that's mean.
It is very mean.
It is
very mean. All right, so number 4 for you,
Number
sir.
4 for me is Dead Space. I put Dead Space 2 here, but Dead Space 1 equally
Which is better.
frightening. I like Dead Space 2.
Much better.
Yeah.
Okay. I hear the contrary for some people.
Oh, really?
That's just what I hear.
I mean, I wouldn't say that I'm a connoisseur of the Dead Space, but I mean, these I've got in here the image with those baby creature things.
They freak you out.
Are the most frightening shit in the world. Like that is so beyond frightening. I don't know. How do you feel about those things? Do they kind of catch you off guard?
Those are freaky only because I have children.
Yeah.
And that messes me up in a way that I can't really describe because I'm like, I want to shoot you, but you're a baby. I want to cuddle you. I'm your father. Oh, God, you're hitting my face. Yeah, the first game when you had little babies, that freaked me out. Yeah, that freaked me out.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they do a really good job with the horror and actually freaking you out, and it's different from how like Resident Evil might do it.
Right.
It has a different feeling to it. It's unique, and I liked it.
S-Box got a few games here. He says some of mine are Left 4 Dead. Oh, we got to call the Boomzies phone from those guys in the overshirts. Let's see if it works. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello?
Hey. Hey!
You just called to say hi.
Is that it?
A mic on.
Oh, put your mic on. Mic check.
1, 2.
You don't have a mic on.
You know, guys, I would really appreciate if you would behave yourself in the professional manner that we do. Have your stuff together like we do, because we don't do this, Landon.
I mean, we start on time.
On time.
We have rules.
Rules. No technical difficulties.
None.
So I'd appreciate the same. God. Rules. Nope.
I can hear.
Well, we offended them greatly.
Yeah. It's like,
They're like, oh,
this. I'm not watching
yeah,
this
that's what,
anymore.
yeah. Well, screw you.
How dare they say that? Fucking
Well,
demon babies.
anyway, I'll move on to my number 4
Well, they
here.
couldn't hear us apparently.
My number 4. Wait,
They couldn't
they're
hear
calling
us.
again.
Yeah.
Let's see if they can hear us this time. This is take 2 on the Boomzies phone.
Is your mic working? Because I cannot hear you like at all.
Can you hear me now?
And it's working.
Hello? Hello, can you hear us?
No, I can't hear you, but I can hear you on like the stream.
Huh. But you can't hear us through the phone.
Damn.
Huh.
We suck with Skype.
We really
No,
do.
We suck with Skype.
Okay. Skype failure again. Sorry, folks. We'll have to cancel this call.
Or maybe he could just say whatever he wanted to say. Just
Say
go
what
on
you
your
want
rant.
to say.
Go
Just
on
go
your
on a rant. Go on a rant. We won't
Rant it.
respond. We'll just listen to you. Oh, he
Now
hung
he's
up.
gone.
He's gone. God.
Sorry.
Google Voice for the win, losers. Okay. Sorry.
It's rant.
I think
Just
I
rant.
think
Just
something's
rant.
just rant.
Rant.
I think something's wrong with you. That's what I think. Okay, go ahead and rant. Hello?
No ranting.
It's a silent rant.
So yeah.
Okay. Well,
Brian's shirt is too red.
Brian's shirt is too red. Unfollow. His facial hair is too facially unfollow. Everyone is just getting pissed off at us now. So let's move on to number 4. For me, would have to be Death Smiles. Wonderful Halloween themed game. Kind of lowly thing going on there. Beautiful shooter by Cave. Wonderful, special, lovely. Can't say enough about this. One of my favorite games for 360. Great shmup. And for Halloween, it just fits the theme. So Death Smiles is my numero 4. What about you, sir? You're number... Oh, that was...
Now I'm on... Was that your number 4?
That was my 4, and you're 3.
Oh, yeah, my 3. Because we started with me. Okay.
Numbers
We
is
can't
bad.
count either. Fuck, man, we suck tonight. All right, my
number
number
3.
My number 3 is Kingdom Hearts 2. It's just a solid game. It's got Halloween Town in it. It's just a really fun game, worth picking up really any time of the year. But it's really nice this time of year. Jump in. The Halloween Town is really fun. The characters look really cool. The weapon is neat. Just worth playing, I think.
Is it wrong that I find this funny? No, not at all.
Yeah, it's
I'm fine with people laughing at my stupidity. It
At
happens
our
all the time.
failure. Yeah.
Now, here's a question. Can you really consider... Oh, we have a call on the Boomzies phone. Hello, you've called the Boomzies phone, which hopefully should work.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
I can hear you.
Hey, it's Decepticreep.
What's going on, man?
Happy Halloween, guys.
Happy Halloween to you too, sir.
No, I just want to say that you guys probably gonna list one of these, but my favorite Halloween games is probably Resident Evil, the first one,
Right, right.
Sure.
and then Left 4 Dead.
Left 4 Dead 1, above 2.
Left 4 Dead 2 was scarier than Left 4 Dead 2 just because it was newer. Yeah, I didn't know what to expect. The witches scared the shit out of me.
Oh, those
Left 4 Dead
witches,
2
man.
was
Yeah,
fun.
you'd have to like sneak by.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 was fun, but it wasn't as scary. But either one of them, I still have to play, and it's great to play during this time of year.
Sweet. Any other Halloween games?
I've been wanting to try to start to get into Silent Hill. The only one I've ever played was the second one, but I never really got into them. But I
That's
know
kind of...
number 2 is supposed
I've
to be
never
the
gotten
best.
into them either.
Yeah, I heard 2 is supposed to be the best, but I just didn't get into them. And I would like to jump into one of those games, but it's kind
I
of the
enjoy
thing where I
watching
chose Resident Evil over Silent Hill.
See, now, yeah, there's usually 2 camps. A lot of people are Resident Evil or Silent Hill, and it's because it's one or the other.
I really enjoy
Yeah,
watching
pretty much.
people play Silent Hill. I think it's really fun to sit and watch. Playing it, though, frustrates me. Same thing with, like, Fatal Frame.
Right. But see, I like Fatal Frame, but I've never played Silent Hill. Maybe they should make an HD collection.
I never played Fatal Frame, but I saw my friend Jeremy play it, and it seemed pretty scary.
I'm putting your headphones on. Well, sweet, man.
Okay.
Well, thank you for your memories.
Alright, yeah, take care. Happy Halloween.
See ya.
Bye.
Hello?
Oh my god. Oh, somebody's calling.
Somebody else called. I tried to answer. Wow.
So I was like, why do we have a dial tone coming on?
We're going to get pizza.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. You have to call back if you're calling on the Boomzies phone. For me, my numero... Well, you already went through number 3.
Yep.
Actually, for some reason, I don't know why, I don't have a picture of my number. Did I not put one in?
Was that
What?
I re-emailed you your number 3 is Vampire Savior, and I re-emailed it to you.
Well, let's take this call. Thank you for calling the Boomzies phone, where we're always prepared for anything.
Hey, it's those guys in the other shit.
Hey,
Hey.
calling on the landline.
Hey.
I don't know what's going on with Skype, man.
I don't know either. It's whatever.
So what do you have to say about all this?
Well, for me, my brother used to play horror games when I was little, like all the time. That's like one of his favorite genres. He would play horror games all the time, to the point where I didn't get scared of them. Like, no horror game has ever scared me, but I'm really interested in them. So I would have to say the Resident Evil series is like my favorite horror series, to a point, of course. And the Silent Hill series, I loved it much, to a point, of course. And a game I really want to talk about that's Halloween-based, it's not scary, but I really liked it because it did like the Mario RPG thing, is Costume Quest.
Okay.
I really
Costume Quest.
enjoyed that game. Yeah, it sounds
It's very
silly,
simple,
but
right?
yeah, it's a really cool game because it did like the Mario RPG thing, and it was like these epic battles like out of nowhere. It was really cool.
And that's Double Fine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard it didn't sell very well.
Yeah, but I don't know much about that. But I know it was a really good game. But yeah, I just wanted to say my 2 cents, and yeah.
Awesome. All right.
Cool.
Well, thanks for calling, and I'm glad this finally worked.
Yeah.
Yeah. See ya.
See ya. Well, my number 3, which I don't have a picture of right now, is Vampire Savior, or Darkstalkers 3 in America, for those of you who don't know, or Jetta's Damnation if you play in the arcades. That is my 3rd favorite. It's Halloween themed because you're playing as all of these kind of Halloween horror film classics. You play as a guy that's a vampire, a Frankenstein, a merman, a werewolf, and so it's kind of got like a succubus, all these kind of characters that have these Halloween horror themes,
Right.
but in a fighting game by Capcom. And I've got the Sega Saturn version, which is the definitive version. Say bacon in the Psychonauts voice. Gosh, how do you say bacon? Oh, bacon! Sweet bacon. That's the main guy in the game. He says bacon.
This is the rest of the episode in
It's
that voice?
bacon.
No.
That's what. Yeah, it was actually a podcast episode where I was just talking. I said bacon. Yeah, it was it was good stuff. But yeah, Darkstalkers, the arcade game, it was amazing game, and they need to make a sequel of that. Enough of the Street Fighters. Give me a sequel of Darkstalkers.
Well, is that the same company that's doing like the BlazBlue stuff now?
No.
that's different.
You're thinking of.
I'm not a big fighter guy.
No. This is Capcom. Capcom made Darkstalkers and Vampire Savior. That's your guilty.
Any of
gear,
those
folks.
characters in the Marvel vs. Capcom?
Marvel vs. Capcom, Lilith is. Yeah. Or no, Morrigan is. Not Lilith. Morrigan is
okay,
in.
right, yeah.
Yeah,
she's
that's
like the pink
Darkstalkers.
type look thing.
Lilith is the pink.
With the little
Morrigan is the purple
wings.
with the bat wings. Yeah.
Okay, alright,
She's hot too.
cool.
I was going to dress up as her this year.
I'm thankful
You're thankful that I'm going to?
that you're not.
Oh, that I'm not. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Okay, so you, sir.
Yep.
Your number
Number 2 is Deadly Premonition. It's a weird, very weird game.
Yeah.
It controls funky. It's just freaking bizarre. I mean, it's definitely I mean, it can be frightening. It's unique. It's a cheap game, easy to go pick up.
Yeah.
I would recommend it. It's bizarre. I'll just tell you that.
It's weird.
It's very, very weird. The main character is weird. The events are weird. It's not your typical horror, scary, frightening game.
Well, JT asks, does Earthbound count? Because it has zombies in it.
I think, well, I mean, it's just like, do you want to play that during Halloween?
But it's not a Halloween game. You have to have really something that ties it to Halloween for it to be Halloween. Not like, oh, I feel like playing it during Halloween, so it's a Halloween game.
Well, but I mean, there can be reasons. Like, her reasoning could be for zombies.
I guess. But does it have to be a certain percentage that is horror, scary, Halloween-based for then you to say it is a Halloween game?
Well, I mean, if you're going to
There's
say
got to be a certain percentage, which is like, they mentioned the word zombie in Final Fantasy. That's my favorite zombie horror game.
Whatever. Whatever.
Just saying, zombie ate my neighbors. Hey, Orias. Welcome to the show. How you doing? Well, my number 2 would be Castlevania Rondo of Blood for the PC Engine. Wonderful game. And of course, the Castlevania series. Everything about that screams Halloween, vampires, all of the enemies of the dead that Dracula sends after you. But this one is my favorite of the Castlevania series. Available on WiiWare or the Wii Download Virtual Console for much cheaper than you can get it, and a great version. So I love Castlevania. It is horror, it is Halloween, and this is the best version. So that's why I love it. Oh, so darn much. Now
As for my number 1, I'm already getting flack for this.
Your number
from this guy.
1.
I can pick something different here.
Your number 1.
Look,
Halloween game.
Game to play during Halloween.
Number 1 game to play during Halloween.
Yes.
Halloween.
Yes. Is a Batman game. Batman Arkham Asylum or Arkham City. If I'm going to dress up during Halloween, I've dressed up as Joker multiple times as a kid who was always Batman. Like, you're putting on that cowl and you're being that dude and you're beating up some shit, man. And for me, I will play that every Halloween.
That's not Halloween.
To me, I mean, you're dressing up, you're playing as that character. To me, this is.
So if you dress up as the character,
look,
it's a
I could
Halloween
easily,
game.
I could have easily picked up it said Demon Souls. I could have said Alan Wake. Those are all really good titles. But for me, here we go. Yeah,
Landon just would have used more time. He's like, I love Batman as I play it all through Halloween.
because I didn't want this to be a list of just all horror games and all scary
here's someone
titles.
who's going to call who'll probably give us some sanity.
Sandy
Hello,
shit,
you've
dude.
called the Boomzies Batman Horror Cast.
What's up, Boomzies? This is Nashby. I want to ask you something about that Batman Arkham Asylum thing. Yeah, that is a pretty awesome Halloween game. Arkham City, I just want to ask, is there... Because I'm trying it right now, because Calendar Man is always talking about Halloween. So now that it's Halloween, let me go in there, see if anything freaky happens. And I'm pretty sure something's going to happen since it's Halloween.
Well, with
You know what I
Calendar
mean?
Man, there's an achievement if you speak to him on every holiday. So Halloween, if you go speak to him during Thanksgiving, Christmas, all those, you'll get an achievement, which essentially means you got to play the game for an entire year to get that
Or
achievement.
cheat and set your calendar.
I thought it was something cool, like involving, because it's Calendar Man and it's Halloween, I would think it's something involving, Halloween and never-ending Halloween, that one, or because, they had Hush there, and I was like, wow, wait, that's spoilers? Ah, crap.
I don't think. Well, Calendar Man. I don't.
It's
He
not.
seems like a small part of the
Hey,
game.
Calendar
I'm not.
Man
It's not
is
a
not
big
ruining
deal. That's just an
the story
achievement.
Yeah.
I don't count that.
Yeah,
Spoilers. He keeps saying.
So that is a pretty awesome game for Halloween. But I have
Thanks.
to say, personally, my favorite game to play for Halloween, always,
It's got the anticipation.
I mean, I still do it for Halloween. And some people hate me for this, but it was my first game, and it was the Ghostbusters. The
On NES.
NES version.
Oh.
Yeah, I still play it every Halloween. I don't care what people say. It was my first game, man. It's Halloween, I guess, but yeah, that's my number 1 Halloween game, dude.
How'd you
Personal
feel,
memories.
how'd you feel about the
I don't
new?
care what people say.
How'd you feel about the more recent
What?
Ghostbusters?
Oh, dude, no, that game's perfect. That is the perfect Ghostbusters game, dude.
It's fun.
Even
That one
though,
is beautiful.
the performances were a little bit off, the voice
it's
acting.
Fun. It's fun.
Hey, you know what? To me, that is the third movie.
I mean, Bill Murray just kind of felt like he mailed it in. He was just like, Bill Murray.
Bill Murray, he's kind of like doing an impression of himself in there, don't you think?
He is, you're right.
It's kind of Bill Murray doing an impression of Bill Murray. That's kind of like what I got. But
okay,
that is...
well, fair enough.
It could have been worse.
Perfect, you know.
All right, man.
Well, that's my Halloween games.
Thank you for
Thanks
your
for
call.
calling.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're
See ya.
welcome, dude. All right. Bye. Happy Halloween, dude.
Hey,
Yeah, you too.
All right.
happy Halloween
Bye.
to you too. And man, you are right. I've talked some crap about Demon's Souls and Dark Souls, but versus Ghostbusters on NES, that's masochist gaming right there, in its purest form. But yeah, Batman Halloween, just don't.
Sure, to you,
Yeah.
to me, whatever.
You know.
I got some help going on in here.
You got
So
some help going on
I
here.
got some,
Okay,
got
yeah.
some whatever.
Oh, Eternal Darkness, yes, that is a great game. It's not on my list,
Yeah.
but it is a great game.
Yeah, there's
It is
plenty of. There's
That
plenty
is a
of
freaky
great
game.
games
I
out
like
here
that game for the fact that it's not scary because of things popping out at you, or really, it's because of what the game does to you. It messes with your mind.
Yeah.
It makes you think your head's chopped off all of a sudden, or your controller's disconnected, or like it just the game messes with you. So where you don't know, it's like, you know, if you get too crazy, if you don't keep your sanity up, then the walls will start to bleed, and you're just losing it. You don't know what's going on.
Once you go next, I've got to change to my. There's one game that I completely forgot about. That is 100% unequivocally my number one game.
Your number one game.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
There you go. Number one game.
This is a long
Not
cast.
Batman.
This is a long cast, so
It is.
ran out of.
So not Batman.
Yeah.
Number one for the cast is.
Shadow Hearts.
Is that a Halloween theme?
You turn into demons. Like your character transforms into demons, and it's like my favorite. Like it and Final Fantasy VIII are by and large my favorite RPGs. I'm really pissed off that I didn't even think about that until just now. I'm sitting here like,
Way to go, man.
duh, man. Like
Yeah.
Shadow Hearts 1, absolutely brilliant. I love that game beyond anything else. Like,
So that's your number one now.
Yes,
Batman's number two now.
sure.
Okay.
Yeah, well, if you're taking away Batman from me off this list,
No!
I was trying to think.
No.
I was trying to think
No.
of not everything being horror, but trying to think a little bit, a little bit more differently about it. But unequivocally, Shadow Hearts.
Shadow Hearts.
Love that game.
Okay.
I can't. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. There
You
you
got
go.
some love for the
Yeah.
Shadow Hearts. I've never played them. I
The
hear
first
you
one.
go on about
the first
it.
one you had, and then you could play. What was the PS1 version? The PS1. Somebody tell me. I've got it. I can't think of it right now.
Come on.
The PS1.
This is a quiz to get a prize
Yeah.
of nothing. To get Landon's
Where's it?
adoration.
Shit. I'm moving and I
And
put up
love.
all my PS1 games. Oh.
Come on. You're the Shadow Hearts fan. Now you gotta look it up on Google.
Shut your mouth.
Huh?
Shut your mouth.
Boomzies, where we're prepared.
Yeah.
No technical difficulties here.
And my
No, no,
computer's
no.
slowing down.
It's Shadow. Well, you have like 50 windows open. What do you
Godelka.
expect?
Thank you.
Godelka. There
There we
you
go.
go. Look at that.
That's a
They come through it.
yeah. Thank you.
Wow. Way
All
to
right.
go.
Yeah.
All right, so my number one game, which might seem like just a quick cash in, but it is Resident Evil 4, one of my all-time favorite games, and just one of the games I love to play during Halloween. Not necessarily as scary as maybe some people would say, or as, it freaks you out, but the setting, the ambience, and the gameplay, this is the ultimate Resident Evil. GameCube version is still my favorite, kind of right behind, I'd say, the Wii version possibly, but this to me is Halloween. It's everything it embodies, good gameplay and a fun game, and scary and Halloween theme as well. So I love that game. Numero uno on my list. That is my game of ultimate Halloweenness. So we're gonna should we go on to should we wait to the second quiz till the end of the show?
Sure. Because I don't have a question.
You don't have a question.
We've screwed up so
We
much.
have screwed up somebody. You'll have to look up a question. Well, also, favorite horror movies, favorite scary horror movies for you. We didn't have a top 5 list for this, but talk about some of your favorite horror movies or scary movies.
You want to
you've
go and
seen.
start with that?
Yes. For me, I've just recently gotten into, thanks to Eric from Substance TV, the Hammer films, and that has changed my opinion of some of the classic horror films. watched stuff like Scars of Dracula, which is a little bit weird, but some of the older ones, like Christopher Lee, who does an amazing job as
He's in,
Dracula.
like, everything.
Well, the funny thing was is he did not want to be typecast as Dracula.
Yeah.
He felt that living up to Bela Lugosi's Dracula was something he could never do.
Right.
But yet every time he did it, he did a wonderful job, and he didn't want to do that.
Creepy dude.
He's a creepy dude, but he does a great job at being Dracula. I think it's, what I would say the quintessential Dracula. I know Bela Lugosi and others. So Hammer films are some of the ones I really like. Horror films I never got into growing up.
I'm not a big
Like,
horror
I wasn't
guy.
allowed to watch them. Like, like horror films, like, that's scary. You can't watch that. But I did Pet Sematary.
Oh.
That's a movie. That is for me, that's a really just great, good old horror film that I hadn't watched until, actually, a lot of my exposure to horror films came from Eric. So, watch that. Oh, The Ring. Yeah, that's freaky.
Oh, man.
It.
Yeah, that's what...
It.
That's what I had pulled up
That's
right here.
a good one.
It fucked me up.
That is a movie that will freak you out. The Spider.
Fucked me up.
Oh.
I can't watch
And then
that.
what really freaked me out? I saw Home Alone 2 and saw Tim Curry. I'm like, ah! Oh, you're just the hotel clerk. You're not the clown. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Because like one of those times, I thought Tim Curry would be like, you have a stolen credit card and I must kill you. I thought he was going to come out of that. Oh, we got another call from our good friend Decepticreep. Hello, Decepticreep. What can we do for you?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
What's up?
I just want to talk about a really crappy movie.
A really crappy
Everybody
movie.
seems
Tell
to
us.
love except for me. Is my wife has to watch it every fucking year, and it drives me up the wall. Is Nightmare Before Christmas. That movie
Nightmare
is so
Before
overplayed-
My
Christmas.
girlfriend's in love
so
with that.
overplayed, and it's just garbage in my opinion.
It's garbage?
I think it's
I'm not a big fan of it
Garbage.
myself.
Garbage.
it's garbage.
We're going through a tunnel, Adam. I'm losing you. It's really getting weak.
No, I think people have such a hard-on for the director? What's his name?
Tim
See?
I'm
Burton.
drawing a blank.
Tim Burton.
Tim Burton.
Tim Burton. And I'm just
I-
like, the movie is not. I don't think it's good. I think it's.
I will say it's overhyped.
poorly.
I mean, I'll agree it's overhyped and overpraised, but garbage? Like, what
Yeah,
about it is
I'm sorry.
garbage?
I can't stand it, dude. I'm sorry. Like the music, I can't stand.
The music?
animation is okay. What's that?
The music you don't like?
I can't stand the music. Personally,
Wow.
I think The Corpse's Bride is actually a better movie, and I know I'm in the minority on that one.
The Corpse Bride was a really good movie. I like it too. I mean, but I felt Nightmare had a better atmosphere.
I
Corpse
don't
Bride
know,
had better
I just hate-
animation, technically, but
I just hate every Halloween. It's Nightmare Before Christmas. And then my wife also wants to watch Sweeney Todd. I'm like, enough Tim Burton. He's a hack. Sorry.
Cherokee
The only
says
Tim Burton
you are in
movie
the
I ever seen
minority.
was Batman.
Yeah, I don't know many people that are going to agree with you on this. I can't agree with you. I think it's overhyped. I will agree there. But I think it's still a great movie. I think it's still a great Tim Burton film, and
I don't know. I don't enjoy sitting through
I don't know if
myself.
those rose-tinted glasses you're talking about, because you watch it and just watch it in a critical
I have it
eye.
on Blu-ray. I've watched it recently. I
not
still
good.
enjoy it.
I'd rather do homework.
Wow.
And I'm not
You
even
know, you
into
think
this
you know a
for 10
person.
years.
I mean, of all the bad things you've said, Landon, I can look past it, but Nightmare Before Christmas?
So Landon agrees with me? I can't hear him.
Landon does agree with you.
Well, not to that
All
extent.
right.
He doesn't like watching
don't-
it, but he doesn't think it's garbage.
I don't think it's garbage, but I don't enjoy watching it. I think for the reason that it's so overplayed that I just don't enjoy watching it anymore. For the same reason, like I don't want to sit through and watch Edward Scissorhands.
Oh, they're saying Edwards. That's a great one, too. Love Edward Scissorhands.
I don't want to sit through it.
Edward
Johnny
Scissorhands
Depp.
gets a
I don't
pass
wanna
for
watch
me. Edward
What's
Scissorhands
that?
gets a pass for me only because of Vincent Price.
Only because of Vincent Price.
The
Well,
voice of Halloween. Like,
that's true. That's true.
only reason
Well,
I watched Michael Jackson Thriller as a kid was Vincent Price.
Exactly.
But I'm saying,
Well,
I'm sorry. I think a lot of people, they
They say they love Nightmare. I don't think they believe it. 'Cause that movie's pretty bad.
Bad. Well, I'm going to have to disagree with you. The internet disagrees with you. Actually, let me look it up. Yes, the internet disagrees with you. The entire internet, actually, as a whole, disagrees with you.
Well, you guys need to stop drinking the Tim Burton Kool-Aid.
Well, we shall let you have your
You know what?
opinion.
His last movie, Alice in Wonderland, also terrible.
What's that?
His last movie, Alice in Wonderland, also terrible.
Yeah, Tim Burton's newer stuff, I'm not into. I think he's lost his touch.
If he had one.
So we can agree on there, but I won't agree with the whole idea that, Nightmare. But anyway, you have yourself a great night, even though you won't be able to enjoy the wonders of the Nightmare Before Christmas, even though that part of your childhood has been destroyed, and you'll never be able to enjoy it like the rest of us can.
My grandma gave me that movie on VHS. I watched it once and gave it to my brother.
You gave away something your grandmother gave to you?
Dude, that movie's not good.
Is she still alive?
Yeah, she's still alive.
See, my grandpa gave me a copy of Karate Kid on the NES. And guess what? I still got that copy because it's my grandpa. And he gave me a sucky game. But he tried. And it's from my grandpa. And I love him. I see how it is. This Night Before Christmas is just all about some relationship problems with your grandma. Do you not like your grandma? Do you have issues with your grandmother?
We're comparing Karate Kid with Nightmare Before Christmas. We agree. They both suck.
No, I'm just saying. Do you have issues with your grandmother? Do you hate your grandmother?
I don't think grandparents have great taste on what's hip and cool for kids.
Do you hate your grandmother? Don't avoid the question. Let's get to the real root of the issue. Dr. Phil style.
Yes.
You hate your grandmother.
Just a little bit.
Oh, see? That's why. That's why.
No,
Nightmare Before Christmas
I love my
it equates to your grandmother, and you hate her, so hence you hate Nightmare Before Christmas. Wow. Well, I'm glad we got that all figured out.
I think that's looking too deep into how bad that movie is, but that makes you feel better.
Yes, he is avoiding yummy slushies. He's avoiding it. Ah, well, thank you for calling,
Anyway.
sir.
Real quick, great Halloween movie?
Yes.
Jurassic Park.
Is that a horror movie? That's more of a thriller.
I was like 13 when that movie came out. I thought it was pretty scary.
It was
I thought
scary.
it was-
Yeah, I was scared of the velociraptors and stuff.
Come
Yeah, I was
on,
scared.
Sam Jackson was in it and he lost his arm.
But I wouldn't say Halloween. I mean, I'd say it's scary.
Some people,
but I wouldn't put that in
associate different-
Halloween.
But I mean, some people associate different things.
I just
with
don't. I don't get together like
holidays.
light the jack-o'-lanterns and put a Jurassic Park in.
Not all Halloween movies have to be about zombies and serial killers. I think the fact that they used dinosaurs as the main villains for this horror thriller, I thought was brilliant, and it was never really duplicated well in the sequels. But I love watching that movie. And it's coming
Everyone's
to
saying trying to bring respect by another good movie. Not happening, Deceptive Creep. You shall not be forgiven. Just know,
That's
Adam,
the
you've
fuck
made
off,
some
son.
enemies on this
Nightmare
channel.
sucks.
You've made enemies. They will find you,
All right,
and they will sit you down and force you to watch Nightmare Before Christmas.
I've already seen it. It's terrible.
Well, goodbye, sir.
Take care, guys.
See ya. Wow. I cannot believe that. That is... Whew. Okay. Other favorite horror movies of mine. I will say, up until last year, I had not seen The Exorcist.
Huh? Wow.
Never seen it.
What'd you think?
Well, my folks saw it when they were younger, and they're like, it's scary, it's freaky.
It's still pretty unnerving.
It is. The freakiest part about that film is when they cut in those little shots of those weird, like that guy in the white makeup with the fang. It's like a quick split second where it's kind of that subliminal messaging where they put freaky images in there. I mean, it's the thing that I didn't realize about the movie. You always see those scenes about her in bed and cussing and throwing up and all that stuff. That's not till the end of the movie. And I never realized that. I love the suspense they build through the entire film till you get to that point. Because I thought most of the film was going to be in the bedroom. But it was really a lead up until that part, which was very, very, very creepy. So, yeah, Exorcist still creeps me out. And there are parts I kind of had to, like, I'll admit I kind of squinted because I was like, I didn't know what was I didn't know what was going to happen because I was already freaked up to that point. So if a movie makes me kind of freak out a little bit to where I don't want to watch or I, freak out. But another one classic, as was mentioned here, Red Rum, The Shining. That's
what I was pulling up here.
That's probably one of the tops because that to me, it's scary because it's more of a psychotic thriller. It's very, how should I say, suspenseful in the tension and psychotic in how his mental breakdown he has and all these characters introduced and the blood flowing into the room and Red Rum. It just trips you out. It's not scary necessarily because of, it's horrific or there's monsters, but you're just on edge and there's tension. It's to see this person drop into madness is really what freaks you out about the whole thing. So that's a good one. Hey, don't bag on Chatia for hating Dark Souls. We are the Soulless Knights. We shall not be kept down. By the way, that's their club. We've named it. I'm going to make a logo for it. Soulless Knights unite. Me, Chatia,
You're getting too crazy.
GQ, the strongest will survive. We will fight against the powers. Yeah.
That's all right. When we get a phone call. then I'll
Gabby
take
Granny
it.
in the bathtub. Oh, yeah.
You're going too crazy.
She's talking about arachnophobia. What about you, sir? Favorite horror movies?
I'm not a big horror guy myself. I think 100%, like I said, the movies that actually scared me to death was like It. It freaked me out.
It.
100%. Movies that I do enjoy though are kind of like religious thriller type movies. So definitely like Exorcist. That involves religion. Those are really great. But like I do like one of my more favorite movies is Stigmata.
Stigmata.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the actors that are in that one. But I found that a really cool movie. I wouldn't say necessarily that it's Halloween themed or it's like super frightening, but it's a little, it's got that religious stuff to it. I enjoy those. So like Stigmata, The Order, Ninth Gate. Ninth Gate is a Johnny Depp film.
Okay.
Like those movies I enjoy. As for just really frightening movies, I kind of avoid them, Like original Texas Chainsaw Massacre fucks me up, like freaks me out.
Really?
Stuff that involves like, I think for me it's stuff that involves realism, something that either like
blood and gore,
actually something
or
that
that
actually happened.
happened.
Like with Texas Chainsaw Massacre, that's based in something that's realistic. With this religious stuff, it's like that's based in something that's tangible to us.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like I think those are the things that kind of freak me out. As far as something other than that, I think now The Walking Dead would be perfect for it's not a movie but like television series. Watch season 1 of The Walking Dead, perfect for Halloween.
There you go. Hey, there's TV series Walking Dead.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised you haven't mentioned because I haven't watched Evil Dead. Never seen it. Am I bad for not wanting to watch that? Like everyone's like Evil Dead. I'm like,
you can't watch everything. That's the whole thing.
but I know people are obsessed with the Evil Dead movies. That's like their thing.
Yeah.
I mean, and yet we heard one of Cherokee was mentioning House, 1977 Japanese horror flick, which is go watch it, you people. See, now we're getting people pissed off. Yeah. Remember, Deceptive Creep hated Night Before Christmas. We don't hate Evil Dead. We just haven't seen it. We're ignorant to the movie. We are not wrong.
Yeah. Well, now, but also, I guess kind of stepping back to, I love American Psycho. That is still one of my favorite movies
It's
of all
creepy
time.
Flick. Plus, it has Huey Lewis in the news.
Yeah.
How can you go wrong?
Very, very well in there too. Yeah. But yeah, it's just I don't know. That was one of my favorite movies. Just not necessarily just favorite fighting movies, but just favorite movies in general. So I don't know, but I mean, as far as horror stuff, I'm out of
lost.
I'm out of the loop on that kind of stuff.
A tree rapes a chick. Well, I like how that's the line he sells you. Like, I know Brian loves foliage on female action. If I tell him about that scene, he's gonna watch it for sure.
Yeah.
Nothing like bark on beaver to get you to watch a movie. Hey! That was actually the title line. Evil Dead. It's fun bark on beaver action for all ages.
Yeah. I'm sure that was in the poster.
It's in the poster, I think so.
Yeah.
The advertising campaign for middle schools, actually. Because, nothing goes together like that.
Then you've got kind of these two different, you were talking about classical horror films.
Classical
I mean, there's
horror
really
films.
great, Alfred Hitchcock films, The Birds.
Psycho,
all those are really good. But then you've got the other kind of aspect of it, like
slasher,
horror funny films. Say Zombieland, for instance. Where do you put that in? to the mix.
I'm not much for like the Hot Fuzz.
You didn't like Zombieland? Have you seen Zombieland?
I haven't seen Zombieland, but that
You
kind
know
of
the
style.
surprise. Nobody spoilers on the guest cameo in Zombieland.
Oh, I know there's a guest cameo.
Okay, so you know that one.
Yeah, I know that one.
Because
But we won't spoil it for
that was
everyone.
brilliant. If you'd never seen the
I've
guest,
never seen Zombieland. No, but I guess I don't. Funny zombie films. I don't know. They just don't do it for me. If I'm watching a zombie film, I want to be scared or freaked out. Or
I know the only funny
the
zombie
only
film I've seen is Zombieland.
funny horror film I want to see is Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Yeah.
I'll watch that if they're showing a bad movie, a horror film. I'll watch that and be amused by it. So, well, have we? Because I think I have a trivia question. If you don't,
Okay, I've been trying, man. I can't think of anything to like hone in
all right.
on.
Now this trivia question, this is a video game trivia question.
Okay,
or
so
shall we do a movie one?
Well, that's what I was trying to do. I mean, it's easy to figure out video game trivia.
It's video.
but
So this
movie
is for
trivia,
the
I couldn't figure
Sonic 1991 20th anniversary figure.
not fat and stupid looking.
Not fat and stupid. He looks cool. This is in honor of the Sonic Generations coming out, which might be duty. I don't know. We'll see. So the question I'm going to ask is from a game I talked about, Death Smiles. Okay? Who is the last boss you face in Death Smiles?
That's such a
Do do do
Quick
do
Google answer.
do. Death Smiles is so good. Do. Did I not ask a good question? Do. Landon's looking up something else because he thinks it sucks.
Okay, there. Is that it?
Do. Yes, it is. Hey, he got it. Excellent work here. That's right. We Whoopi Goldberg. No, not Whoopi Goldberg. We're sorry. It would be Jitterbug. Soggy pronoun. Excellent. This was just another is right under with Jitterbug and Tyrannosatan. Well, it is Jitterbug. Jitterbug gets eaten by the turtle, but that is the last boss.
Jitterbug gets eaten by Tyrannosatan.
Yes.
So then you fight Tyrannosatan after that.
Yeah.
So then So this is another fucked trivia quiz.
Well, I mean, Soggy got it right. It is Jitterbug, but
but he's not he's the second to last. Tyrannosatan would be the final, or the combined. I'm just saying.
You see us trying to screw you, Soggy? You
I'm
got
not
it right.
trying-
He's like, no, this is just another's one that's got it.
Hey, look, Deltaz is jumping in. Bad question. Exactly, bad question. Next question.
Next question. Next question. I'm really disappointed in you, Landon. Why do you got to bring this up, man?
I'm just saying, they would have brought it up and they would have been pissed off at you.
No one played that game. You didn't play that game, Deceptive Creep. Okay, you didn't play that game.
I love this. Technically, the last bosses you face is whoever you rage quit on.
Technically, you're right. You know, if we went technical, there could be a lot of last bosses
Yeah.
in that game. All right.
Let me think of
Are you gonna think of one?
Yeah. Give me.
Give Landon a second. Technical. We're gonna put this right here for people to look at. 91 Sonic here. Little to give it to Soggy for the Batman spoil. We'll do one more question here because we want to do it right. There you go. Let's ask a movie horror question. You know.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
You should ask. Okay, here's one. Who, as I was talking about the classic Hammer films, okay, this is a movie horror question. Can I ask the question? No! You hate Nightmare Before Christmas. You've lost all privileges on Boomzies. Okay, as I spoke about in the classic Hammer horror films, I spoke about that Christopher Lee played Dracula in all of the films. Who played the role against him as Van Helsing? What was the actor's name who played Van Helsing against Christopher Lee's Dracula? Movie trivia, classic Hammer films. That's right, S-Pac, Peter Cushing. Yes, correct, sir. Correct. There's no way I can mess that up.
No, that's fine.
He got it right. I'm keeping it.
Whatever.
This is it. No more. S-Pac, you win. Yeah, Grandma Tarkin. He was. The Death Star was also in the movies too. Yes. Thank you, Spock. You have won. Send us a message here on Justin.tv or Twitch.tv. Give us your address, and we will send you the Sonic figure. Sorry for butchering this. I'm sorry to Soggy, and this was just another because I know you thought you might have won in some way. But trust us, we will do something to make this up.
Yeah, I was gonna say, should we send them something else smaller?
We'll figure something out. We will figure something out to make this guy's right. There will be nudity at some point to make this okay. You have an e-card. You don't have the Zelda.
Shit. No.
E-card. Brian would like to say I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. That'll be the e-card you get from me. Unity does not make it okay. I'm not alright with that. Okay, we're sorry about that. Well, I think we have covered the Halloween cast
Yeah, it's been a
as
long
much
one.
as possible as we can. And we've screwed it up so much that we've added an extra 40 minutes.
Yeah, we screwed it up quite well.
Yeah.
Christmas. Come back for Christmas.
Come back for Christmas. Well, we'll have it all fixed. We only have like a little disclaimer.
Yeah.
They really won't.
Yeah.
They're just saying
the
it so you'll
disclaimer
come
is
back.
between 2011 and 2015.
There we go.
There will be
There
one
will be
Christmas
one good
special
one.
that will be solid.
Whenever in doubt, guess Price for horror trivia and Journey for music. That's what my wife does. Every time she can't know a song, she's like, Journey. And I'm like, okay, you didn't get the song right, but you mentioned Journey. I love
And
you
the
so
next
much.
answer, Rush.
Yeah, or Rush. There you go. There you go. And if you are new to watching Boomzies and you enjoyed us, or you hated us, either way, we will take your hate or your love, just as George Lucas does. Give us a follow here on Justin.tv or Twitch.tv. Cast every 10 p.m. Central Standard Time on Saturdays, which, by the way, the times are down here on Justin TV for your respective time zone.
Yep.
Because we love all time zones.
And also check us out on our multiple different places
Yes.
to find us. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. We've got our own website, substance-tv.com, where we've got multiple articles up every week. Very
Got a
topical
big,
stuff,
long,
some fun stuff.
exhaustive. My impressions on Dark Souls from renting the game, about a 2,500 word
But you deserve something for reading. that.
long. Yeah, you do deserve something, which you do get something at the end. But read through that if you'd like to hear my full impressions on Dark Souls, because I won't go on a rant, because I respect Man vs. Game. Yes, Man vs. Game is a wonderful guy
I'm just glad
who...
that man was able to bring your respect, because clearly I don't.
Man is one of those people that, although we disagree on Dark Souls, I have to say I still greatly respect his gaming opinion, because although we disagree, he stands by his opinion, he sticks to it, and he has his reasons he loves it, and just as much as I hate it. So much respect to Man. He's someone that I can respect even though I don't disagree with him, unlike Landon, who, is just wrong.
Such an asshole.
That's right. That's right, baby. Thank you, sir. Thank you, man. But let's talk about next week. Let's talk about next
Yeah, what do we got
week's
going on
cast.
next week?
Well,
First off, we'll be in a different location.
that's right. That's right.
We'll be over at his house.
We're going to be at my house.
Next probably 2 weeks.
Awesome. Next week's cast, we're going to be talking about Where Are They Now? Video Game Terminology Edition. What happened to our old video game pals' codes, cheats, passwords, and many more? Are they still valid or outdated? You talk about that. Where are cheats? You don't have cheats, you don't have codes, you don't have passwords. A lot of other things that I remember growing up with, and many people grew up with. Bayonetta! That's right. Fly me to the moon, Chatia. Fly me to the moon. Do you have anything to say about that?
No, I'm tired of hearing about Bayonetta.
I just got 1,000 out of 1,000 achievements, and now I'm moving on to get everything else unlocked and beat the Angel Slayer mode. Because I love that game and I have over 80 hours in it. Bayonetta. Bayonetta. Platinum Games for watching, I love you. I'd like to dry hump you. Because I don't feel close enough for us to have full sexual intercourse. But dry humping would be fine. I would like to crawl over a pit of flaming hot glass, naked,
I'm not-
just to hear you fart through a walkie-talkie, Platinum Games.
I'm not tired of hearing Bayonetta in general. I'm just tired of hearing this guy literally his entire argument about anything. Bayonetta. Constant. That's what I'm tired of hearing.
Yeah, exactly. But we're going to talk about next week those out of date, unused, from another time. Are they still valid? Should they be brought back, or are they better off just gone?
Yeah.
So join us next week at 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. We'll talk all about that. So
It'll be fun.
Dark Souls, no Bayonetta. Bayonetta sucks. Wait, what am I saying? Bayonetta is awesome. That's right. You shall not defame the name of Bayonetta. Else, be savage to the wraths of fire of the soulless knights. Logo incoming. And website. And party van.
Party van, yeah. Party
For parties, you know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Bar mitzvahs.
Yeah.
Hire the soulless knights. Yeah, I can be down with that.
Yeah, okay.
Chatia, me, GQ, just all go out on the road and share our hate.
Sure. Okay. Perfect.
There's so much love in the world. Let's share hate.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Salute you. Thanks to everybody who joined us, and for all the new people who joined us, who I know, Man or Chatia or somebody who's worth a darn brought over here. So thank you for latching onto us. Thank you for coming off of their teat and onto ours.
Thanks for everybody calling in and everybody also participating in the game.
Participate in the contest.
Sorry we screwed it up a little bit. More than a little bit.
We'll have it perfect next week. Next week will be perfect with no problems at all. Right? Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Say that.
No problem.
No problem. All right. So for Brian,
Landon.
we'll see you all next week for another wonderful glitch-free edition of Boomzies.
See you guys.